Hey, what's going on everybody? Today I wanted to make a video in regards to MCC and the updates that are coming to the game. So back in October of 2017, 343 officially announced that they will be updating and improving MCC. Now they're not just going to be releasing one huge update for MCC, it's actually a little bit more of a process than that. MCC is actually going to be receiving multiple updates over time. We don't have any specific dates on when these updates are coming, but we do know they're coming. However, they did say that the first update coming to MCC is actually going to be coming later this summer. But before we get that update, 343 is actually going to be putting out separate test builds of MCC that you can actually play through the Xbox Insider program. Now I am going to go into specifics on how you can participate in some of these MCC builds in a moment, but first I want to explain a little bit more about what these test builds really are. So 343 calls this the MCC Flighting Program. And within this program, 343 is going to be releasing work-in-progress builds of MCC to members of the MCC Insider program. Now some of these MCC builds are actually going to be very limited, like the first one they released a couple weeks ago, which was only Halo 2 Anniversary, and it was Team Slayer to 25 kills. With each test build of MCC that 343 puts out, they're going to be testing specific aspects of the game. And within this first flight, 343 was looking at how long it takes players to get into a match, as well as the overall success rate of each game. Now if you're someone who's interested in participating in some of these MCC test builds, you do have to be a member of the MCC Insider program. 343 sent out a bunch of emails a little while back to selected players inviting them to the MCC Insider program. But now there is actually a direct link to sign up for the MCC Insider program in a thread on Halo Waypoint, and I will include a link to that in the description. You're also going to want to download the Xbox Insider app on your Xbox and join the Xbox Insider program, because it's through that app that you will be able to access these MCC builds. It is also recommended that you join the Halo Community Feedback program. That way you can provide 343 feedback through surveys you will be receiving via email. Now not everybody who signed up for the MCC Insider program was selected to participate in this first flight. 343 said that 13,000 people signed up to join the MCC Insider program. And they made it clear that a vast majority of that will not be selected to participate in the first MCC test build. Now I'm sure over time more and more players will gain access to these test builds, but 343 just wants to start off small with a manageable amount of players to decrease the chances of players running into issues. 343 also mentioned that one of the main things they looked at when selecting players for this first test build of MCC was players that have logged 20 multiplayer sessions or more in the last 6 months. And they also said you can increase your chances of being a selected player in the future just by playing the retail version of MCC. Now I don't really see a problem with 343 only allowing a select amount of players into this first test build, because, you know, they are testing and trying to improve the game, and by allowing a ton of players to come in at once, that could cause some issues. But I do hope that when 343 is selecting players to participate in these builds, that they prioritize players that have logged a ton of hours into MCC and players that still play the game consistently today. And based off of this first flight, it does look like that's what they're doing. So far, 343 has put out 3 MCC update blogs on Halo Waypoint. And these blogs do consist of a good amount of information. They talk about how players can participate in the MCC builds, they talk about a bunch of MCC bug fixes, things they're changing about the game, they talk about possible new features coming to MCC, and some of these new features are actually confirmed. One confirmed feature that is coming to MCC is the custom game browser. And they actually said that it's going to be more robust than the custom game browser that's currently in Halo 5 now. I'm actually really excited about this feature. I mean, there's times when I really am in the mood to play some fun custom games, or even competitive custom games, but sometimes I just can't get enough people to play. But with a custom game browser, I'll be able to find somebody else hosting a custom game, and I'll be able to join in progress. I really love this idea of a custom game browser coming to MCC, because I've always felt like custom games were super underrated in Halo. Like, most people just hop on and they'll just play matchmaking. That's where the majority of the population is playing Halo games. But my god, there are just so many crazy fun experiences you can have in custom games. And the main issue with custom games, at least with me anyways, is that I can never find enough people to play with. But with a custom game browser, and you can just find other people hosting custom games, that is insane, that is amazing, and that would be great for MCC. Along with the custom game browser, 343 included a list of the most requested features for MCC. This list consists of the custom game browser, Halo Reach, more Spartan customization, Halo 3 ODST Firefight, a new user interface for MCC, a new ranking or progression system, a file share, missing content from Halo 4, which is like weapon skins and stuff, and a party up system. Now that doesn't mean that all of these features are coming to MCC. In fact, 343 made it clear that some of what people are asking for is outside the realm of possibility. But I do think it's really cool that they at least acknowledged all these things that players are asking for. One of the things that really stuck out to me was Halo Reach. Like, I still play Halo Reach today, but it is tough playing that game at 30 FPS, and you know, it's not 1080p, there's jaggies everywhere. It is tough to do, and I really still enjoy that game today, and it would be amazing if it actually did make its way into MCC. Another feature that really stuck out to me that I do think has a better chance of actually being included to MCC is ODST Firefight. When ODST was first brought to the MCC, I was really disappointed, and so was a lot of people, that Firefight wasn't included. I enjoyed the hell out of ODST Firefight back in the day, more than I enjoyed Firefight in Halo Reach, which kind of doesn't make a ton of sense considering Halo Reach's Firefight was insane with a ton of customization. I guess it was just being able to play as an ODST with the silenced SMG and the pistol. Also, it was the Halo 3 art style that I love. I guess that's why I enjoyed Firefight so much more in ODST. Like I said, it definitely seems doable for them to bring ODST Firefight into the MCC. I mean, after all, they brought Spartan Ops from Halo 4, they brought that into MCC later on after the game had already launched. And the ODST campaign was also something that was brought in after launch. So I definitely think it's doable for us to get ODST Firefight. Another thing on that list that is already confirmed is a refresh of the MCC UI. 343 has already released 2 pictures giving us a look at what the new MCC splash screen and user interface is going to look like. And from the looks of it, it actually looks very clean and I like it a lot. Currently the UI in MCC is a bit of a mess, and I often have trouble navigating through the menus and finding certain things. So it is nice to see that 343 will be changing the UI in MCC. A new ranking or progression system is something else that has been highly requested for MCC. Currently in MCC, we have a 1 to 50 skill-based ranking system, but there's actually no progression system in the game. So when you achieve a level 50 in a playlist or multiple playlists, or if you're playing a social playlist without ranks, it kind of gets boring and feels like you're playing for nothing because you're not gaining anything. You're just playing game after game after game, and you're not gaining anything from it. I mean, sure, it is fun. You're having fun playing the game, but it is also nice to be achieving and progressing towards something as you play. In Halo 3, you would gain XP. Whether you're playing a ranked playlist, a social playlist, you're always gaining XP every game you won. So even when I play Halo 3 today, I'm still looking at my service record and looking at how much more XP I need to rank up in a certain playlist. You know, it's nice to look at. It's nice to have something a goal to reach, something to progress towards, and I definitely think that a progression system in MCC would fit very well. As far as the 1 to 50 ranking system in MCC goes, I'm not a fan of how long it takes to rank up in that game. I'm really not a fan of it, how long it takes to go from a 1 to a 50. It was a lot quicker in Halo 3. I understand that the ranking system in MCC is based off of Halo 2's ranking system back in the day. So I'm not a huge fan of how long it takes, but I can look past that as long as they fix a few things up. There are currently still just a bunch of issues with MCC today, and some of them issues result in affecting a player's rank, like not being able to load into a game and you get kicked out and that counts as a loss, or joining into a game late and you're already at a disadvantage. And I know when the other team quits out in a Halo 2 Classic match, that also counts as a loss. And it's just things like that that affect your rank, and when those problems exist and those issues exist, I have no motivation to rank up in that game. Some other reasons I'm not that motivated to rank up at MCC are things like no party restrictions and the fact that level 50s can match level 1s. About a month or two ago, I was playing the hardcore playlist on MCC, and I'm only like a level 10 in that playlist. And I was searching it, and I got put into a game with 3 level 1s on my team, and the other team was a party of 4 that consisted of 3 level 50s and 1 level 47. So again, it's me solo searching. I get 3 level 1s on my team, and I'm going up against a party of 4, 3 level 50s and 1 level 47. How the fuck is that fair? Back in Halo 3, party restrictions were implemented, so a party of 4 searching in a ranked playlist would never find a game unless there was another party of 4 searching in that same ranked playlist. Another thing Halo 3 did very well was matching players together with a similar skill. So in Halo 3, if you were searching in a ranked playlist, you would search for 10 ranks above your rank and 10 ranks below. So it was impossible for level 50s to be matching level 1s. Unless you were partied up together. That is the one exception. If a bunch of people are partied up together playing a ranked playlist, you will be searching within the skill range of the highest rank in that party. You know, I keep bringing up Halo 3. I bring up Halo 3 in multiple of my videos, and it's not just because I'm a Halo 3 fanboy, it's because Halo 3 did so many things right. Like, the overall matchmaking experience in Halo 3 was phenomenal. So I just want to make it clear that I'm not just bringing up Halo 3 because it was my favorite Halo game. I honestly feel that that game did so many things right, and I feel that future Halo games should build off of that. Now, I could go on and on all day about how great Halo 3's matchmaking system was at putting players into fair, balanced games. But this video isn't about this, it's about MCC. At the end of the day, MCC needs some type of system in place where ranked matches are somewhat balanced. Like I'm talking somewhat balanced. Me getting 3 1s on my team going up against a party of 4 50s and 147, that's not even close to balanced. Not even close. They weren't even trying. What's the point of the ranking system then? What's the point of that number next to my name if it doesn't mean anything? Nothing at all. That number does not reflect your skill at the game whatsoever. Because a really skilled player can go into a ranked playlist solo searching and get matched up with other low ranks who are also solo searching, going up against a party of 4 level 50s, and he could be losing every game. And then on the flip side, you could have a really average player searching with a party of 4, and they're just going up against a bunch of people solo searching. So of course they're going to win every game. And as a result, that average player playing with the party of 4, his rank's going to go up, and that really good player solo searching, his rank is going to go down. So as it stands now, that number does not reflect your skill whatsoever. It's basically just how long you played the game and how much bullshit you can put up with. Just to recap, like I said, I'm not a fan of how long it takes for you to rank up from a 1 to a level 50. It does take quite a bit of time, but that's not the end of the world. I can deal with that. I just want some fair, balanced matches. There has to be some type of system in place. Now, I do understand that the population in MCC is probably too low to sustain party restrictions and closing the skill gap in which players match each other. But there has to be something. There has to be something. You can't just have 1s matching 50s, solo searchers matching parties of 4. You cannot have that. Otherwise, there's no point in even having ranks. And just to be thorough, I want to briefly touch on the last couple features on the MCC wishlist. You got Spartan customization, which, you know, I'm all for that. That would be awesome. A file share. I always loved looking at the file share in Halo 3 back in the day, so it would be really cool if that was brought to MCC. Halo 4 missing content, which is, like I said, I think it's just weapon skins that were included in the Champions bundle in Halo 4, I think it was. And a party up system. I think that would be great for MCC. The party up system in Halo 3 was great. After a game, all you had to do was press X to party up with another player, and you guys would search for the next game together. But in MCC, you actually, after every game, you get backed out to the matchmaking lobby, and then you have to invite players that you want to play with. So a party up system would be great. Now, I want to get back to talking about more of the information within some of these MCC update blogs. Now, there is a ton of information within these blogs, so I'm not going to be going over every little thing, but you can read them for yourself on Halo Waypoint, and I will include a link to each MCC update blog in the description. In one of their blogs, 343 responded to a frequently asked question where somebody asked, will MCC be coming to PC? Now, they basically said that there's no current plans of bringing MCC to the PC. They're currently working on improving MCC for the Xbox, but they said they heard us loud and clear. MCC is also going to be getting Xbox One X visual enhancements, so the game's going to even look better than it already does. It's going to be 4K. I'm really excited about that. Another really big thing that 343 mentioned was that after this update for MCC, you'll actually be able to choose which games you want to install. So if you just want to play Halo 2 and Halo 3, you can just install Halo 2 and Halo 3, which is pretty incredible. Now, right away, some of you may be wondering, well, what does that mean for playlists that have mixed games in them? Like Team Snipers that has Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4. Well, they're actually getting rid of mixed game playlist. And I actually really like that because, you know, if I'm trying to play Halo 3 Team Snipers, I want to play Halo 3 Team Snipers, not Halo 4 Team Snipers. But one thing I really don't understand about this is how the playlists are going to work. Because if you take every playlist that's on MCC right now, and you give each individual game a set of all them playlists, there's going to be a lot of dead playlists. So I really have no idea what they're going to do for that. Maybe they'll consolidate playlists, like combine a bunch of playlists into one. I know when Halo Reach first launched, Team SWAT, Team Snipers, MBTB were all one playlist. So maybe they'll do something like that, but honestly, I don't know how I'd feel if Team Snipers and Team SWAT were combined and I go in wanting to play Team Snipers and I get a game of Team SWAT. I'm not going to be too happy about that. Or maybe they will just have a ton of playlists for each game, and as time goes on, they'll get rid of certain playlists based on low population. They haven't gone into specifics on how playlists are going to work, but it is confirmed that mixed game playlists are gone, and you will be able to pick which games you want to install. So you don't have to have all 8 game engines running at the same time. You can just, if you just want to play Halo 3, you can just install Halo 3. So I think that's great. Now that's pretty much all the major things that I wanted to talk about. I could be forgetting some things because, like I said, there's so much within these blogs that they talk about. So I can't possibly fit that all into one video. So I'll include the links to the blogs in the description, or you can go on Waypoint yourself and read them. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'm really excited for these updates for MCC. You know, 343, they've dropped the ball multiple times in the past, but this time, I'm not going to say it's different, but it really does seem like they're trying to do good. Like they're trying to right their wrongs this time and improve MCC and make it the game it was always supposed to be. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment below. Let me know, do you still play MCC? Are you excited about these updates? And what else would you love to see in MCC in the future? That's it for this video, and I promise I'll upload more. Peace out, everybody.